In this video, we are discussing some of the important topics in the chapter hydrogen. And we know that hydrogen is the first element in the periodic table, the atomic number 1. So let's discuss its position and what is its speciality and what is dihydrogen, its isotopes, how is it prepared, properties and uses. All these things can be studied in detail in this video. Let's discuss about position of hydrogen in the periodic table. We know that hydrogen is placed separately in the periodic table, that is in the left corner. And why is it placed separately? The reason is that it shows similarity with alkali metals as well as with halogens. Like alkali metals, they form oxides, halides and sulfides. But unlike alkali metals, it have very high ionization enthalpy. That means in the case of alkali metals, it have very low ionization enthalpy. So what is an ionization enthalpy? It is the amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron from the gaseous neutral atom. So that is the definition for ionization energy, and it is very low for alkali metals. But hydrogen being such a different kind of atom, different kind of element, we can say that it is very difficult to remove an electron from the outer shell. So its high ionization enthalpy is very high, and it does not possess metallic characteristics under normal conditions. That is, alkali metals possess metallic characteristics in normal conditions. Metallic luster, ductility, malleability, etc. are the specialties of alkali metals. But in the case of hydrogen, what is the specialty there? It does not show these characteristics in the normal conditions. Then we can say that ionization enthalpy of hydrogen resembles with that of fluorine. Fluorine is a halogen. That means the ionization enthalpy of hydrogen resembles with that of fluorine. So that is, it is resembling with that of an electronegative element fluorine. But unlike halogen metals, its reactivity is low. That means halogens have very high reactivity while hydrogen has very low reactivity. Like halogen metals, it forms diatomic molecules, hydrides and large number of covalent compounds. Large number of covalent compounds can be formed by hydrogen, but its reactivity is low compared to hydrogen. And also one more reason is there that H plus cannot exist freely in nature. That is, when an electron is removed, it forms H plus. Hydrogen have only one electron, so when it loses an electron, it will form H plus. But this H plus cannot exist freely in nature. Next one is occurrence and isotopes of hydrogen. We know that hydrogen is one of the abundant elements in the universe. About 70% of the total mass of the universe consists of hydrogen. And even the planets like Jupiter and Saturn consist mostly of hydrogen. And this hydrogen can exist in different forms. It can exist in the combined form in the case of carbohydrates, proteins, plants and animal tissues. The combined form of hydrogen can be seen in carbohydrates, proteins, plants and animal tissues. And what about its isotopes? We know that there are mainly 3 isotopes for hydrogen. H11, that is protium, H12, that is deuterium, and H13, that is tritium. That means there are 3 isotopes for hydrogen, H11, that is protium, H12, deuterium, and H13, tritium. And which is the radioactive one among this? Tritium is the radioactive isotope among the 3 isotopes of hydrogen. And these tritium emit low energy beta particles too. Almost same chemical properties but differ only in the rate of reaction due to different enthalpy of bond dissociation. That is, the protium, deuterium and tritium shows same chemical properties, almost same chemical properties but not exactly, but differ in the rate of reaction due to different enthalpy of bond dissociation. Bond dissociation enthalpy is different for each isotope. So its rate of reaction also differs. Next one is its physical properties. When we consider the physical properties, it differs. What is the reason? That the large mass difference between different isotopes. Next one is preparation of hydrogen. We know that hydrogen can be prepared in small scale as well as in large scale. If we consider small scale preparation, we can call it as laboratory preparation. Laboratory preparation of dihydrogen. How can it be prepared? When zinc reacts with 2H+, Zn2 plus 2H2 is formed. Same way, when zinc reacts with the alkali, that is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium zincate and the hydrogen gas is formed. That means the hydrogen gas can be obtained when zinc reacts with sodium hydroxide, that is an alkali. And how can it be prepared commercially? Commercially, it can be prepared mainly by two methods. First one is electrolysis. Electrolysis is a process of which is done, that is electrolysis of acidified water using platinum electrodes. Using platinum electrodes, the acidified water is electrolyzed. That means electrolysis process is carried out. Electrolysis of acidified water using platinum electrodes. Then what is the reaction taking place there? 2H2O, which gives 2H2 plus O2. So we can prepare hydrogen that way using that is a commercial preparation. Next one is high purity dihydrogen can be obtained by another process, that is by electrolyzing warm aqueous barium hydroxide between nickel electrodes. In the previous preparation we have said using platinum electrodes, here using nickel electrodes. Using warm aqueous barium hydroxide we can create or we can prepare dihydrogen. That is the methods we generally use for the preparation of hydrogen, commercially and laboratory. Okay, we learned about the commercial and laboratory preparation of dihydrogen. So we heard about some other terms, water gas, syngas, etc. So what is a syngas or a water gas? That is a mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen. The mixture of carbon monoxide and dihydrogen is called water gas or by another name syngas. This water gas or syngas can be used or it can be used for synthesis of methanol and hydrocarbons. And here we can see that how is this water gas or syngas is produced. It is by reaction of steam on hydrocarbons or coke. Here we consider coke or hydrocarbon, and when it is reacted with steam means H2O. That means when it is reacted, carbon monoxide and H2 gas is formed. This together constitute the water gas or syngas. This syngas or water gas can be produced by another way too. What is that way? That is called gasification. That means by treating carbon with H2O, it will give carbon monoxide plus H2. And when carbon monoxide is treated with H2O, carbon dioxide and water can be formed again, and that is water gas shift reaction. This reaction, when the formed carbon monoxide is treated with H2O to give carbon dioxide and dihydrogen, is called water gas shift reaction. About dihydrogen, its commercial as well as laboratory preparation, what is syngas and water gas. Now we are discussing some of its properties. We know that the physical properties. According to if we consider physical properties, it is actually a colorless gas. It has no smell, it is odorless. It has no taste, that is tasteless. And it burns, that is it is a combustible gas. It is even lighter than air and it cannot be dissolved or it is not soluble in water. And if we consider the chemical properties, we can say that it is very difficult to break the bond HH. That means the HH bond cannot be easily broken. So that means it have high bond dissociation enthalpy. And it is not reactive at room temperature. It stays inert. It is not reactive at room temperature. And how can we produce the atomic hydrogen? Atomic hydrogen is produced at a high temperature in an electric arc or under ultraviolet radiation. By treating at high temperature in an electric arc or under ultraviolet radiation, atomic hydrogen can be produced. And what about its electronic configuration? That means hydrogen has 1s1 configuration, and if it loses one electron, it forms H+. If it gains one electron, it forms hydride ion, that is H-, and sharing electrons to form a single covalent bond like in the case of H2. Next are some of the simple reactions of dihydrogen. When hydrogen reacts with halogens. X means halogen. That means when hydrogen reacts with halogens, it gives hydrogen halides. And when it reacts with dioxygen, what will be formed? Hydrogen plus oxygen, that gives water. When it reacts with dinitrogen, H2 plus N2, it gives ammonia. And it reacts with metals, it forms metal hydrides. And reacts with metal, or it also reacts with metal ions and metal oxides. It also reacts with organic compounds. So we can say for example in the case of organic compounds, hydrogenation reaction of vegetable oil, or the hydroformylation of olefins, aldehydes and alcohols. These are some of the reactions of hydrogen with different atoms or molecules. And in the case of organic compounds, hydrogenation of vegetable oil or hydroformylation of olefins, aldehyde and alcohols. These are some of the examples. Preparation of ammonia. We know that when hydrogen reacts with nitrogen, it forms ammonia. So in this reaction, H2 reacts with N2 to form 2NH3. And that is a main use, that is synthesis of ammonia. And in the case of manufacture of Vanaspati fat as well as methanol, metal hydrides as seen in the previous slide, and preparation of HCl, and also reduce heavy metal oxides to metal, and atomic hydrogen can be prepared in electric arc as we said in the previous slide. And this atomic hydrogen can be used for cutting as well as welding purposes. And this dihydrogen can be used as a rocket fuel in space research, and it can be used in fuel cells for generating electrical energy. These are the main uses of dihydrogen.